Good morning. Two quick observations. One, last night, while the Poles were basically in panic mode, sending aircraft to 19 excursions by Russian drones and apparently a missile, too, into Polish airspace, Donald Trump, Pete Hegseth, and J.D. Vance were out having dinner at a D.C. seafood restaurant to prove that D.C. is the safest city in the world. And how those women got so close to the President of the United States disturbs me beyond belief. One, those women had more cojones than every member of the Republican Party standing over Trump. Trump looked ridiculous standing there and just shaking his head like, oh, and just waving them off like a dictator, a king. But while that's happening, while he's there proving his point that he's a king, that D.C. is his city, there's a huge international incident being conducted by his buddy, Vladimir Putin, possibly to set off World War III. Now, my opinion of it is that this is a test. He wanted to know how far NATO would go and also what Trump's reaction is. We knew Trump's reaction. We saw that. I don't give a fuck what the NATO ambassador is saying, that we will fight for every inch of NATO territory. Yeah, you're saying that because you're there. Trust me. As soon as it gets to Trump's talking about today, he's going to be blaming NATO or Poland. Trust me. Two, I was with the live yesterday and with Mike's, the rest of us had a live, and I was in the chat, and someone brought up, well, this is a test if NATO is still strong. Let me make this clear, okay? Joe Biden left NATO in a better place than it had been in over 60 years, okay? Finland and Sweden joined at basically because he showed them the threat that was Putin. Before he left, NATO had a meeting and discussed, without the United States, discussed what would happen when Trump became president because they had bad feeling about it. So if Trump was to leave NATO or say we're not going to do anything, NATO will do something. Because that's the one thing that Putin thinks this is the old world, like Trump does. Trump thinks that the United States is the greatest country and that everyone owes us. And they bow to us. They don't. We're finding out economically that. Two, Putin is in the same vein as a former KGB agent, thinking anything that the Russians do, people shaking their boots. That's why Ukraine fucking frustrates him. He doesn't understand why they haven't quit already. What he's about to find out is that NATO has decided we don't need the United States, that Russia is a bigger threat, and dude, you don't want to fuck with NATO. Not the way it's composed right now, because they're willing to go. The Polish aren't going to mess with that. They've been there, done that. They will fight you to the bitter end. And also, Sweden and Finland are on your border now, northern border. Those two armies alone can decimate the Russian army. So, for those of you who think that without the United States, NATO's nothing, or Trump can stop NATO, can break NATO and not, Biden left it in good shape. They know we are the weak partner now. So, for those of you in the chat who thought that Will was being doomslaying, no. And I joke around because it's the end of the world as we know it, because our world has ended. Our normal world. Trust me, as someone who's speaking with no constitutional rights because of the color of his skin, the world has ended as I know it. But there's fucking no way that I'm not going to go out with a fight. So fuck you if you think that differently. And two, NATO just told Putin to go fuck himself, and he's going to find out real quick if he pushes that.